It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we get to watch Nico Collins. He's coming off a week where he stuffed the stat sheet in both yards and touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Titans, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, the numbers for Pierce last week: 18 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And last week he had another touchdown to his total. He continues to be the #1 scorer in the league in terms of rushing touchdowns. And what more can you do to help your team than find the end zone?
Stroud. Over the middle, it's complete. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Pierce will try to pick it up. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 20 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, But certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
Gets around him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Titans at 7-3 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. Looking to throw. Parsons. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 23. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Third down and 1. Going for it with Pierce. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now here's Stroud. Now, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That's complete to Dell. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that'll fall incomplete. He was there just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Stroud on third down now. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw on third down, Parsons. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Stroud to throw it. Gets the dump off to Pierce. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now Stroud. Touchdown, Texans! Tank Dell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing to start the drive. Parsons gets this one to Morris. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. Parsons. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parsons. He finds his man. Complete. That's Morris. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's got his big wide receiver complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. 2nd down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Stroud off the play fake. Throw out wide is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Is that the flag?
Can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The throwing again is Stroud. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Stroud working out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
The 3rd down throw incomplete as well. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Parsons. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Parsons. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Back to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parsons. He finds his man. Complete. It's Morris. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 2nd down and 4. Throwing now is Stroud. And incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Parsons into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it up, and the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Stroud. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
The throw over the middle taken in, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Stroud looking to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Parsons. Pushing his way through. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Parsons. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take over at their own 41. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Goes right back to it. It's Griffin again. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Titans.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. backfield. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
A short throw caught by Andrews. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stroud out of the gun here.
That's complete. It's Collins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Now 2nd and 5. Stroud. To the sideline and incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Pierce now up the middle.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep.
Forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville.
And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we'll take the trip north to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. The Cardinals locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Stroud to throw it.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action. Stroud now. That's complete to Dell.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The end result, 21 yards.
Now Stroud.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Darby. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Darby. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Parsons. He's got Allen. And he will have a Titans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now a handoff up the middle. Darby. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Darby.
And he will have a Titans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Caught here by Griffin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Parsons. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st and 10, Parsons gets this one to Morris. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Darby. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Morris. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have cut it back within a score.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch them.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the runner crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Parsons. That's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And he won't quit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Stroud working out of the gun.
And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Parsons. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now.
At their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. Parsons. 7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Parsons. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Off the bootleg, Parsons. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
The kick by Lutz is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Give to Pierce. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And Stroud now to throw.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Throwing to start the drive. Parsons. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Off play action. Parsons. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Will Anderson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from there.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his
touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Titans will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So Stroud and the Texans down by 10, 2:15 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. Caught left side, here's Dell.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
At the 21-yard line.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back.
2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing now is Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Stroud to throw it.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Stroud.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Here's Stroud.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
The Titans go victory formation down to a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Tennessee, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.